Your brain is lying to you. Why and how is it possible? All the time in your life, you were afraid to be betrayed or fooled by others. You kept reading those books about signs when someone is lying to you. But what if there is a hard fact that you kept a liar inside of you? What if your brain is lying to you? Wait, what? No? This video is a lie, or is it? So, who is the liar now? No need to worry, even the smartest person can be fooled by their brain sometimes. But why and how is it possible? How can you catch your brain is lying to you? Keep watching this video. Oh yeah, I will tell you the truth to keep watching. No trick, let's go. Brain is not that naive. We like to think of our brain as an open, unbiased tool that gathers data from our senses and then analyzes and interprets it comprehensively. But to reduce work and improve response times, our brain cheats. This is what Parag Malik says. He is a researcher and a scientist at Stanford Medicine. Besides that, he's also a well-known magician. Some interesting facts, aren't they? He can combine both magic and science as well. In magic, there is a term known as inattentional blindness. It occurs when someone fails to perceive an event or object since their attention focuses on something else. This trick is something that a magician is good at. Not only regular people fall into this trap, because sometimes even scientists fall victim to this situation by studying the wrong thing at the wrong time. The only reason is that it made sense to learn about it at the time. Malik continues, by knowing these perception gaps very well, we may be better able to avoid them and explain our observations, he said. We can then better design experiments by understanding these holes in our perception. This statement is from someone who is learning science and magic, so his opinions are based on facts. While our brains help us to grow, learn, and thrive, we still have to be careful to trust everything that our brain tells us, because our brains use tricks and shortcuts to make sense of all the information we get and pay attention to. Especially when we are tired, overworked, and stressed, our brain takes shortcuts. These shortcuts are called cognitive errors in the psychology terms. They can lead us to make false judgments, interpretations, or errors in our thinking. There are ways your brain will lie to you. Here are some of it. Number 1, reasoning. Emotional reasoning is one way your brain uses to lie to you. It makes your judgment and interpretation not as objective as they should be. Reasoning happens when you allow your feeling towards one situation applied to similar situations. To make it worse, you interpret those feelings as the truth. For an instance, you said, I feel pathetic, which means that I am a pathetic person. Remember that you are not what your feelings do, because those feelings change according to the situation. Take steps aside from your feelings. Start to recognize your emotions are only a part of your response towards your experience. Emotions are not defined you. Number 2, mental filtering. Mental filtering is when you choose a certain mentality and neglect others. For instance, you only remember all the negative results in your life. On the other hand, you shut out any positive impact, feedback, or memories that has happened to you. You filter out only the negative ones. You tend to forget all your achievements and all the great things that you've accomplished. Remember, you're the ones who control your brain. Your brain can't lie to you if you tell it not to. Keep track of all the positive and wonderful achievements you have done before. Take a look at your old files. Remember and remind yourself about how good you are. Your brain also needs to be reminded of it. 3. Become a mind reader. Now before we proceed, remember to hit the like button and comment on the topics. Have you ever been lied to you by your brain? On what occasion and how do you respond to it? Another way your brain lies to you is when you make an instant assumption. You make a quick, sometimes faster than the flash, conclusion about others' thoughts. You assume that other people are making negative assumptions about us, only to find that it merely happens only in your mind. For an instance, you get mad when your friends fail to reply to your message. Without any further consideration, you jump to an instant conclusion about the reasons why he or she is not replying. Number 4. Your brain only spotted two sides. It is also called as a black and white assumption. Your brain makes you only see two extreme sides. For an instance, you only feel one of these two, always great or a total failure. You hardly see a middle ground. There is only black or white. Even the truth is that human dimensions are now as simple as that. You look at your experience in this world as a soap opera. The villain is 100% evil, and while the hero is 100% innocent. Number 5. I wish statement. It happens when we try to motivate ourselves and judge ourselves critically and often unfairly by engaging in what we think is achievable. For example, I wish I had reached a certain level in my career, or I wish I could put myself in the gym to exercise 7 days a week. You also put yourself on the term I wish or I should. When you say it often, you have made a judgment of yourself. You disempower and limit yourself. You keep pursuing the perfect image to impress others. The truth is, being a better person is a must, but looking for perfection is an unending task. Number 6. Imposter Syndrome. Do you have a feeling that you are not good enough? That you are only making everything up until today? You think that you are an incompetent person and there is only a matter of time before someone caught you. Imposter Syndrome is a term released by Pauline Rose Clance and Suzanne Imes, two Georgia State University researchers in 1978. They found that so many high achievers women believed that they were lying and cheating. They judged themselves to be frauds by saying, "I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough to be in this place. There must be a mistake on the recruitment," and a lot of similar sentences like it. No matter how good they are, they believe that it is just a lie. Have you ever felt this kind of feeling? Do you see yourself as not belonging to your position right now? Number 7. You are scared about the things that do not happen. The possibility of dying in a plane crash is far lower than in a road rage incident. The chance of being killed by a terrorist is equal to being hit by an asteroid, 1,000,000 to 1. But just like your brain tells you to, you are more scared to die in a plane. It makes you tremble, has insomnia before the flight, and thinks unimaginable things. This phenomenon is called availability heuristic, a concept from Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky in the 60s. When you are asked to think about the possibility, you neglect statistical numbers. You only looked for an easier example. Unfortunately, those examples come from the dramatization of things. From terrorism to being eaten alive by sharks or plane crashes, the more dramatic and gigantic it is, the more you see it. Even if people die from a heart attack, diabetes, or car crash is much more devastating in numbers. Your brain tells you about these evil acts of crime, the enormous amount of plane crash with victims inside. It all makes you feel small. You think that all of those tragic things are so near. If you let your brain keep telling you this, then there is a possibility that there are escalating problems. For instance, you keep coming back into the car park only to check the keys. You put a double lock on each door and put unlimited CCTV all around your house. It is good to stay safe, but do not let your brain tell you to be too safe. You're not living in a fortress anyway. There's always a risk everywhere, anytime or on any occasion or situation. You only need to do your best and live your life fully. Sometimes your brain is lying to you. It makes you think about things that are not necessary. It takes time to learn about the false judgment that your brain gives to you. But as long as you keep learning to know more about all the false alarms, eventually, you will be able to help yourself. It'll be easier for you to avoid being lied to by your brain. What do you think about this topic? Have you been lied to by your brains? What do you do? Share in the comment. I hope that you'll find this video to your valuable advantage, and it might help you in different ways. If you found this video informative, do like and subscribe, and don't forget to give comments and provide us with your valuable feedback. Plus, do you want to suggest us a topic for the next video? Feel free to tell us. See you in the next video. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.